Hello, my name is Lori. I own a small handmade business called Sew at Peace. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a tutorial. So I'm going to show you how I make this drawer divider. And I made this out of clear vinyl. And the reason that I made this is because my zipper drawer is a hot mess right now. So most of the zippers I use in my products are zipper by the yard, but I do have quite a bit of number 3 zippers that I use for like small pouches, pencil pouches, coin purses, that kind of thing. So I was tired of them being just all over. It's so hard when you have a bunch of zippers and you put them in a drawer, they're bound to get messed up. I'll show you guys how I came up with the dimensions of this. And I also added a plastic snap button on here. So this is not necessary. I'll show you guys what it looks like snapped versus unsnapped. Okay, so this is unsnapped. It's not the most structured bag, but it's gonna work for what I need it for. So if I have multiple of these bags in a drawer and they're all right next to each other, it's gonna give this a little bit more structure and make it a little bit tighter in the drawer. But I don't know how much space it's gonna fill up in my drawer once I have it in here and everything is all organized. So what I've done is just added a plastic snap button on here, and this just helps to keep it nice and tightly closed. So I don't even have to open it if I want a zipper. I can just come to the end and pull it out, and it's gonna be so easy. And I thought clear vinyl would be a great material to use for this, just so I can see exactly what's in my drawers. So I'll give you guys a quick peek at what's in the drawer currently. Okay, so this is what the drawer looks like right now. So I have bags of zippers here, and then I have a bunch of zippers all over. It is labeled, so I have the size of the zippers. So I have that going for me. I'm not quite sure at this point if I'm going to do something with the zipper by the yard that I have in here. I might just line it up if I have more space in the drawer, but we will find out when we get there. So I'm gonna give you a tutorial of one of the bags that I make, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create all of the bags, and then I'll give you guys a look at the end of this video. Okay, so what I did to figure out how big I need this to be is I just measured my drawer. So I put my ruler in here, I checked the height, and then I kind of estimated how wide I want it to be. And then I checked the length of this drawer. So what I came up with is that I wanted something to finish around 15 inches by 3 inches wide by 3 inches in height. I was gonna cut my vinyl at 21 inches long, but I only have this piece of vinyl. I have smaller pieces, but this is the longest piece that I have left. So I'm probably gonna need to go to the store after I make the first bin with you guys and get some more. This vinyl is super cheap at Hobby Lobby, so that's where I'm gonna go. And also wanted to point out the gauge of the vinyl that I'm using here. It's about like a medium gauge. I don't know, Hobby Lobby doesn't clearly label the gauges of the vinyl, so I just kind of determined which one I needed by the feel of it. So if you're interested in the one that I used, I think the one I used had a blue print on it. So I think there's like a blue print, a red print, and a different color, maybe orange or yellow, I can't remember, but that's the vinyl that I have here. So if you use something a little bit thicker, you should be able to get it to stand up a little bit better, but I'm not too concerned with it just because I added the plastic snap buttons. And I ended up cutting this at 21 inches in length, like I said, and I am okay with it. When this is closed like this, it kind of extends the length a little bit, so it actually fits in my drawer perfectly. So the way that I estimated the measurements that I needed after I wrote down what the measurements of the space that I wanted it to fit is, I said the length was 15 inches. So I added an additional 3 inches on each side to account for the piece that we're gonna fold up. And then for the width, I wanted it to be 3 inches and about 3 inches high. So that would be 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 9. And then I just added an additional inch just to make sure that I had a little bit over what I needed versus under, because we are going to have some seam allowances in there. The final cuts of the vinyl that I am using in this product is 20 inches by 10 inches, and that's going to give us the 1 bin. And then we're going to do 3-inch boxed corners. So this is going to give us final dimensions of about 13 and a quarter inches length and 3 1/4 inch height and 3 1/4 inch width. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the cuts. All right, I decided we're gonna cut this vinyl together because some of you may not have ever cut vinyl and you're not sure what tools to use. Do I use scissors? Do I use a rotary cutter? And to be honest with you, I'm not super experienced with vinyl either, but I did make quite a few pouches with the vinyl and they turned out great. So I feel confident enough to show you guys how I work with the vinyl. So it's very slippery and it can be hard to see on your mat. And it doesn't have to be super perfect. The weights I noticed helped me for this project. And then when you put your ruler on the vinyl, you just gotta play with it a little bit because it's very sticky. And I'm just using a rotary cutter and my ruler like I normally would. 10 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my second piece because I already know I'm gonna make a few of these. So it doesn't have to be super perfect either. On the sample that I showed you guys, I accidentally cut my box corner a little bit too deep on one side and I sewed it up and it was fine. It's not a huge deal. Actually, I need to line up this other end. I noticed it was kind of crooked. So I'm definitely gonna be making a trip to Hobby Lobby because this is only going to give me two more bins, and I think I estimated I need at least 8 of them. So we have the 1, 2, this piece is not quite big enough, and then I have these 2 smaller square pieces. So I'm just gonna roll these up and put them in my drawer, and then I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so the next step, I'm gonna take out my smaller ruler. If you have a smaller ruler, like a 3 or 4 inch square, that'll probably make it a lot easier. But I'm just using my ruler that's 3 inches by 18 inches. So what I'm doing is just folding the clear vinyl. Okay, and like I said, if it's not lined up perfectly, if it looks like you might have gotten your cuts a little bit off, it's not really a big deal. This project is very forgiving. So I am working with my raw edges. The raw edges are along here. My folded side is back here. So I'm just gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna cut out a 3-inch by 3-inch piece on the corner. So I folded it in half so we can save some time and we have 2 less squares that we need to work with here. And actually I could have probably added my second piece into this piece as well, but it's fine. Okay, there's one corner, and it can be very hard to see the vinyl underneath this ruler. I just pull off the corner. If you don't quite get it all the way, just pull it off and it comes right off. All right. I'm gonna do my other piece here and then we'll take it over to the sewing machine and then we'll go ahead and sew these both up. Okay guys, so we have our piece of vinyl with the corners cut out. So we have a 3-inch square corner cut out of each corner. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I know it might be kind of hard to see, but you're just gonna fold these corners together. So there's one box corner, you just line it up so that both sides are touching. So this is what it should look like. It's so hard to see with it being clear vinyl, but this is our raw edge here, and then this is the fold of the vinyl. So we're just gonna stitch along this raw edge up here, and we're just gonna stitch at 1/4 of an inch. And let me show you what I'm using on my machine. So I'm using a Tex 35 thread, and in the bobbin, my machine was acting kind of weird. So I had a Tex 35 thread in the bobbin, but it was getting misaligned and acting all weird. So I ended up changing my bobbin thread to the Glide 40 weight thread because I've sewn with those two combinations before and had no issues. And then I'm using a Microtex 9014 needle and a Teflon foot. So if you don't have the Teflon foot, you should still be able to use your regular presser foot. If you put a tissue paper just below the piece of vinyl and sew through the vinyl and the tissue paper, then that should help it slide along. I noticed even with my Teflon foot, I still have to help the vinyl move along my machine, and it loves to get stuck to this glass. So I try to fold this up so that it doesn't touch this. It's not glass, it's like a plexiglass. So you'll see what I'm doing. I just move it so it has minimal contact with the sewing machine and this plexiglass. Okay, so I have my corner piece all set up here. And then we have the stitch length at a number 3. Oops. See, it doesn't want to move along. So I'll just do a couple stitches, back stitch, and then just hold it up to kind of help maneuver it through the machine. So we back stitch again at the end. And I'm gonna show you guys from another angle just to see if that's helpful, because I think my hand was in the way. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys from this other angle. I can't get the camera super close from this point, but there's our box corner, and we're just gonna fold these again so that both sides, both raw edges are touching, our tops are aligned. And you don't need to pin this, it just sticks together, it sticks on itself. So raw edge, and then this is the folded edge. All right, just back stitched at the end. So there's our other side. And then we're just gonna repeat on the other 4 corners. All right, so it's pretty much done at this point. Okay, so here's our pouch, and we're just gonna trim off all of our thread pieces. Okay, so you can leave your pouch like this with the raw edges on the exterior. Oops, I forgot a thread. It seems to give it a little bit better structure this way actually. But I chose to flip mine on the inside, so I'm just gonna flip this pouch. So we just poke out the corners. All right, you guys, this is what it looks like. So raw edges are on the inside. So I'm gonna show you guys how I add the plastic snap button on here. So if you have a plastic snap tool set, you can do this step, or you can do Velcro too if you have any Velcro laying around. But I'm just gonna show you using my hand press. And for this step, I just find the center, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is not for sale. This is just for my personal organization. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. Then I'm gonna place my hole maybe 1/2 inch from the top, and then poke through both sides. And then I'm just gonna use white plastic snaps just to keep everything uniform. So we're just putting our cap piece on the outside, and then we're gonna put our male piece on the inside. And then I'm just gonna give it a press, a hard press. And then we're gonna repeat on the other side. We're gonna take our cap, put it on the outside, and then we're gonna take our female piece and put it on the inside. Give it a press. And then we just test it out. I test out everything. All right, that looks good. And then we'll just add some zippers in here so we can really test it out. So I have this big pack. I don't know what size this is, but we're gonna put this set in this plastic bin. So these ones are pretty long. Let's see. They are 12 inches, but technically longer. So just the teeth part is 12 inches. So if your zippers are longer than your bin, you can just fold them in half. It's not a big deal. All right, that's a lot of zippers. So it's gonna be a little snug in there, which is all right. So this is what it looks like. Closed. So I just like the way that this kind of compresses all the zippers and keeps them nice and secure in the drawer. So I'll go ahead and put this in the drawer, and then I'm gonna go to the store, get some more vinyl, and finish the rest of these. Then I will be back to show you the final result. All right, you guys, I am all done with my clear packs. So this is what they look like. Everything is nice and tight in there. The zippers stack a little bit higher than they did before. So I'm really happy with the way that these turned out. I think it's a great way to organize these types of zippers. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I haven't done anything with all these yet. These are all pre-packaged, so I'm not really sure if I want to make a bin for them yet. So for now, I'm happy with the way that these turned out. I hope you will give this project a try for some of your organization needs. It's a great, quick project with no ironing, which is always a plus. Well, this concludes my video. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to shop any of my handmade products, my website is sewatpeace.store. I hope you all have a joyful and peaceful day.